Snappy Tomato Pizza, Skyhawk Talk here live, and we got the buffet going. And if you can't make it out tonight and you want some of that delicious Snappy Tomato Pizza, you can give them a call at 588-SNAP. I always look forward to the holidays whenever they answer the phones. Snappy holidays, and not too far away from that as we approach the end of September here. Coach Jason Simpson joins us.
Man, that pizza's good.
Isn't it? Good stuff, isn't it?
I'm hungry today.
You know what I did? I went away from pizza tonight, and I had the Club Hoagie, and the Hoagies.
But Jilly had that last week. It was awesome.
They're underrated. The Hoagies are really good, and then you got the Snapolis and the dessert pizzas and the salads, all kinds of good stuff. Coach, congratulations on the big win over Austin Peay, 31-6, back on Saturday. You wanted to continue that defensive presence that you had in the Southeastern Louisiana game and score more points, and you did. You did both things.
We sure did. I'm very, very proud of our football team. First of all, we approached that game, Chris. We said, okay, anytime you go on the road, that's 6 points. All right. We had some guys injured that missed. We had Tano Perez out. We had John Johnson out. Malik has been out. The whole season. So I said, hey. And we had 9 guys out. I'm sorry. We said, okay, we're down 9-0 as we approach this football game, and had some guys make some dumb decisions during the week. As far as bottom line, you get too many parking tickets. The worst thing I can take away from you is playing time. And so we had a guy that set out the first part of the game.
People don't see this part of your job.
Yeah, exactly. So and that's on campus now. That's not out and about.
Does that happen for me as a broadcaster too?
I'm gonna check yours. I'm gonna find out how many you got.
No, I'm okay right now.
And so, but anyway, we said, okay, we're down 9-0. That's how we had to approach it, because your biggest fear is that you let last week be a trap game, because the kids looking ahead toward EKU. They knew that Austin Peay was struggling. They were 0-3, and they saw on tape that hey, if we play good, we're going to be in good shape. But I thought we did a nice job, coming out ready to play. Getting the stop on defense. We went 3 and out, but little mistake here and there. Then the defense took over, and although we gave up a drive, we were able to finally plant our feet, and the guy missed the field goal, and then we got things rolling from there. So very pleased to have 21-3, lead at the half, and it's good to see Jeremy Butler, somebody else, a new name on offense, making some plays.
You had told us. Now, he got hurt earlier in the season. And
had a concussion in Illinois.
Boy, he got his bell rung, and I don't know if you've watched. I'm sure you've watched that replay. I don't know how many times. I only saw it one time, right. And I'm not going to forget that hit. Yeah. But you told us after that, you said, I don't think you guys have seen the best of him. And, boy, did he play well against Austin Peay.
Well, he did. And, he's a big target. He's not the fastest guy we've got, but he's so big, and he's got really strong hands. And he's still learning. He was here with us in the spring and coming from a junior college, and then he missed a lot of fall camp. Not being able to get here from home, has some personal things to take care of, and so every day he's getting better, learning the offense, learning different technique and the intricacies of playing the wide receiver position. But they were playing a lot of man coverage, so you don't have to know everything at that point, and that's what he was able to do, just kind of use his skills, his natural ability, and Derek was able to give him the football. 5
catches, 90 yards. He had a touchdown. The other receiver we did not know about, and you had talked about this on our pregame show, was Quentin Sims, who had been battling a little bit of a knee injury, I think you said, with the bursa problem. And he played more than I thought he would.
Well, we kind of needed him to, because we felt like we could spread Austin Peay out and do some things in the run game and throwing game. We needed Quentin to go. Corey Jordan went out with a separated shoulder, and that takes out one of our wide receivers, so Quentin needed to go more. And he was feeling fine. And, it's not anything that he can hurt any worse. It's just painful. And you can give a little, you get a little injection before the game, nothing that's that's going to hurt him for a long period of time. Just allows him not to be uncomfortable, with the knee situation. And he was able to go, and he'll be fine. It's just something he'll probably battle the rest of the year.
Still impressed with his ability to get open and catch the football.
Well, he made plays. I think he'll tell you, though, that we were very surprised. Austin Peay kind of walked up and played a lot of man coverage.
Yeah.
Now, if you go 50% against man coverage, that's a good day, because you're able to make some big plays. But there was times where he had some technique issues, and they give their DB some credit. There were several incompletes thrown his way to where the DB kind of stabbed him at the line of scrimmage and got his hands on him, and wasn't able to recover fast enough. And normally he's able to get off of that bump at the line of scrimmage and make a play.
devastating injury, as you had mentioned, to Corey Jordan with that separated shoulder. Very painful. They ended up taking him by ambulance to the hospital.
Well, and it's more painful than I think it is career-threatening. I mean, he's going to see the doctor on Tuesday, and we'll go from there. But it's come out several times. We're hoping that it's something that maybe we can get through the season with and maybe have it tightened up after the season. We'll see how that goes. And it's kind of – Corey's such a muscular individual that sometimes it's hard for him to get it back into place because, he's so
tight
and so tensed up and stuff. So, it's –
What play did that happen on, Coach?
Well, it was a split flow zone play to where he's in the backfield because he plays some H-back for us because he is so big and strong and kind of went to the ground and kind of hit the guy's leg, and it just it comes out, and I think he said it came out one time swimming.
Oh.
But it's something I know it's painful, but I doubt we have him this week.
Skyhawks win 31-6 over Austin Peay, again holding them to only 2 field goals. The story of the game, for me and our Tennessee Lottery player of the game, was the junior defensive back Fred Flanoro, the Ohio Valley Conference Player of the Week by the College Football Performance Award in the efforts. He did extremely well from Memphis, had 7 tackles, half for loss, interception, and a 25-yard return and a fumble recovery for 11 yards and a touchdown. The side note to the story was that he got hurt in the first half, late in the second quarter, and I really didn't think he'd end up coming back. And not only did he come back, he's kind of like Michael Jordan. I think he plays better injured, but he came back and had a tremendous second half.
Well, he did, and it couldn't happen to a better kid. And that's the Fred Flanoro we've been waiting on for 2 years. I mean, that's how he practices. That's what how he watches tape. That's just his attitude, and anybody that knows Fred just respects him so much with his work ethic, and he wants to be really good, and he's a great teammate. So that's what we've been waiting on, and we finally got it from him, and it was a huge boost for us. And I'm not quite sure, I didn't know if Bart, our trainer told him just to lay down, take a deep breath, and Bart's getting all the accolades and getting him up and going so he can make all the plays. But no, it was scary. I went out there.
Well, listen, John Abel on the air called Bart Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid where he healed Ralph Macchio. I was calling him the miracle worker.
Well, no, he did. I went out there. Fred was in some pain. And
did he get, was it back, his neck, right side?
And, but the thing that Bart does, though, is that he gives a very calming effect to those kids and let them know that take a deep breath, you're going to be okay, and if medically he's able to clear them, he tells them they're okay, then the kids trust that, and I certainly appreciate that as the head coach. And Fred was ready to go back after halftime, and he certainly contributed and made some big plays.
It was kind of weird for the people in the stands and even the broadcasters because we saw the ambulance come right after his injury for Corey, our other player, and we thought Fred was probably in the ambulance, and he comes out in the second half. He puts a cape on, and he's Superman.
Well, I thought he would be out, too. Then at halftime, I see him over there, and I said, "You're okay?" He said, "Yeah, I'll be ready to go second half." So good to see a guy. I mean, it is a physical game, and there is some bumps and bruises that come with it.
I want to talk about some of the other statistics in the game. One, all the turnovers in the Austin Peay game.
Well, I mean, pros and cons, right? The pros are obviously how, our defense, that's been a huge emphasis. I think last year, what did we get the whole year, 16, the whole year, 11, or something like that. So we're certainly on pace to get where we want to be. And
it's kind of like the 06 team right now.
It is. It's hard to get and it's finally to score. So very proud of that. And that kind of comes a way of life. And, kids believe in it. And after they go like 10 plays, 10, 15 plays and don't get the ball out, right, they become, hey, what's wrong? Let's get it out. Let's get it out. So very proud of our defensive staff and our defensive players and the mentality they're developing on that side of the football. Now the cons of that are, when you talk about turnovers, is our offense.
Right.
And the young quarterback went in, Jared Neal, put one on the ground, and that's unacceptable. And we got that corrected. But, the interceptions, and Derek's going to take, they go under his stats, but, you can throw a slant, it goes off a receiver's hands and gets picked off, and that's one. You throw another one that pass interference call that they pick, and then they wave that one off, which was very frustrating for all of us because that was a third down or fourth down. We went forward, and still got that one into the league office, and so we'll see what comes back on that one. And I forget what the other one was. Oh, and another one, a wide receiver's got to go and make a play on a fade ball, and so. Derek takes the blame for all those, but we got to go and make some plays for him. We got to run our routes correctly and bat the balls down if we can't make a play. Because when you get single coverage, you're not covered. Mm-hmm. We tell our guys there's no such thing as offensive pass interference. It's very hard for an official to call that twice in a row, and we're not the fastest wide receiver core in the country, but or the conference, but we're very big and we're very long, so we have to use that to our advantage.
You make a good point there. As a receiver, if the pass is off a little bit, the receiver has to become the defender, and that's part of playing that position.
Well, it does. It's just like an offensive line not giving up any sacks. Sometimes the quarterback doesn't get credit for that, but until you watch the tape and you see how many times he threw the ball away. Then that's where you say, oh, the quarterback did a great job. It's not that the protection was that great. It's that the quarterback was savvy and got rid of the ball.
Mm-hmm. Coach, other thoughts? Austin Peay, lots of penalties, 15 for 144 yards. Now, is that all on them, or do you give us, when a team gets that many penalties, do you give yourself a little bit of credit for more than just having fewer?
No, I guess I've never looked at it like that. But that's, a lot of them were just offsides. We changed the snap count up a few times. And that was pretty productive for us.
But that can lead to
Well, it does. I think we had a couple first downs, and of course they jumped, and we threw the back shoulder fade to Quentin one time, and so that that was we had an opportunity to score another touchdown for wide receiver, runs and gets off the it kind of went right off his hands, and we got first down. But we go back and look at it on tape. It could have been 30-yarder, or it could have been bigger than that. So just 6 inches here or there.
Coach, another thought. Time of possession. Really lopsided in this one. Austin Peay has the ball 34 minutes, 27 seconds. We have it 25-33. When you look at the box score after a game is over and that time of possession, what does it mean to a coach? Nothing.
The only time you look at it is when you lose. Mm-hmm. And, I'll be quite honest with you. How many points do you score? Because when your defense is getting turnovers, then the offense is, especially when they're scoring, right, then their offense is coming back on the field.
Right.
Or you're getting a short field. Now, I was more concerned about getting the ball that many times in the red zone and not getting points out of it. You missed a field goal, you went for it on fourth down, and then you threw an interception. So there's 3 times I know, on the plus side of the field that the defense gave the offense the ball, we didn't get any points out of it. I'm more concerned about that. But we had it the week before, 37 minutes.
Right.
It's just every game's different. Every game's different. Like I said, we're not made anymore just to grind it out. We have to have some big plays in the pass game to be able to change the field.
The only thing that really stood out to me, one of their drives, and I don't have it here in front of me, was really a long drive.
Yeah, it was. It was about 8-minute drive in the third quarter. Open up the third quarter.
Yeah, and I had to wonder, will our defense falter at all? And I felt they held strong.
Well, and here's some things on that, too. We went in that game saying we're going to stop the wide receiver. Mm-hmm. And that was a guy that –
That's Stark.
And that if everybody did their job, he could still make a play because of his size. And just – sometimes guys are just open. That's just the way routes are designed versus certain zone coverages. So, so a lot of times some of those run game numbers that they had were, because we're trying to bracket him in certain situations, which leaves us, half man or hat and a half less guys in the box. And so you give up the 3-yard run or 4-yard run to where, Coach Bird would tell you at any time he would get back and load the box back up and stop the run. And but you didn't want to leave them an opportunity to get back in the game by singling that receiver up and making a big play.
And we didn't stop him, but we certainly contained him. 5 catches for 64 yards, and he wasn't that big of a factor.
And I think probably at least 2 or 3 of them were screen passes. Mm-hmm. So those are the kind of things that you'll live with. Just didn't want the vertical or the slant where you make somebody miss.
Skyhawks get the big win. Final score 31-6. We'll come back with Coach and look at the other games in the OVC. There were 2 overtime games and a lot of high-scoring games. We'll talk about that when we return on the UT Martin Skyhawk Sports Network.